All right, this is gonna be a demonstration on how to make the templates for us in order to do our sketches for the uh, background or layout designs for your vector portraits. So, I think it's important that we make templates as opposed to actually drawing the whole sketches out. Just because for some reason when I was trying to redraw my portraits again, I actually didn't take the sketching part seriously. But I think it would help out more if we made a template sheet for your vector portraits. So you should have your vector portraits done by this point. But for some reason you didn't finish the vector portraits though. We'll just use your original picture as the template part. But what will happen though with the final project though is we're gonna have to use the we'll have to use the posterized image as the the starting off image for your like your shepherd fairy design for the background. All right, so in order to do that though, we would have to just open up the vector portraits in Illustrator. And again, if you didn't finish it though, you can just omit this step. But what we're going to do now is we're going to save this vector portrait as a JPEG file. So just opening it up right now. And just gotta wait for it to load. And this won't take too long to do. This is just be something quick that we do, and that way we can prepare and do your drawings next class. But yeah, just real important though. You want to make sure to follow this video step by step because we're actually going to jump into Photoshop to do a couple things. All right, so okay, now my picture is loaded here, and basically I'm done with my picture. So just make sure though that you don't have this background picture showing. You should just be like the picture with the white background. In this case, I'm gonna just leave that orange background, just so I can see it. Because my hand's pretty much gone if I don't have that there. But yeah, I'm just going to go to File, Save As. I actually might keep it white though. Yeah, let me keep it white just because it'll make more sense when we do it. So File, uh, actually File, Export. So you go to File, Export As. So File, Export As. And you want to save this as we can save it as a PNG file. It's not that big of an issue. So I'm just going to save it on our desktop here. PNG, click on use artboard. So that way it will only select the parts of the artboard. Because if you don't select that though, it's going to capture any of the things that are sticking out of the gray area. So click export to export it. You can leave it at 72, optimize. So all this stuff you can leave it the same. Just change this to white though. So your background color should be white, not black. We're gonna leave it white. So click OK, and that'll save your picture as a readable file on the computer. So we can close this now. Don't really need it. And now we have your file as a PNG here. All right. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna open up Photoshop. And once we open up Photoshop, you're going to have to go to File and click on New. And we're going to create a new document. So real important when you're choosing your documents, you want to click on the print on the top. The print, and then you want to click on the basic letter here. So it's 8 by 5 by 11. So I'm going to have to print these out. So just make sure it's under the letter by 8.5 by 11. And we could do it the tall way. So it's gonna be like the regular way, the tall way, and then these can stay the same though. Just click OK. So now we have like the page that we're gonna use to create our template. So what I want you to do is from here though, you're gonna click and drag this picture and drag it onto the workspace, not on the Photoshop, but the workspace, and that'll add the picture on there that you've worked on. And I'm just do Command minus to zoom out a little bit, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to make the I'm just gonna leave it right here. See, it's in like one of those four corners. Okay, so that's what's gonna be one of my portraits here, and we're gonna have to make 4 copies of it because I want us to do like 4 different versions of our background layouts. But before we do that, though, um, I do want us to make a grid for this. So now in order to make a grid, we have to draw some lines here. So it's gonna be pretty easy. Just click on the brush tool here. Go back to your background layer. So on the background layer, we're gonna just do a it's like a this is a high res picture, so this is like pretty good. So we're just gonna do like 33. It's up to you. You don't have to do it either way. And what I want you to do is you're gonna hold Shift and you're gonna draw a line down the middle here. Again, try your best to draw in the middle. If it's not exactly the middle, it's fine. You're gonna draw a line there, and then draw a line in the whoops. So you have to hit Command Z. I'm trying to make a straight line, but it may do that weird thing that just happened here when you hold the Shift. But you always have to hold the Shift and then make a line. If you don't hold the Shift key though, it's going to, if you try to make a line, it's going to not be that straight. So again, I'm holding the Shift key and I'm making a line. All right. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect though, but we're just making a template. And again, I just did Command Z to undo it. But if you go to your Histories panel under Windows and History, you can actually go back on the steps. So it's a little bit differently than Illustrator, where if you keep pressing Command Z, you'll keep undoing it. The Photoshop will just undo and redo on this example here. So you just want to have 4 boxes here, and I'm gonna go back on my layers here under the layers where the vector portrait is. So each picture is gonna have a separate layer. One's gonna be the background layer. That's where your white spaces and the outlines, and this is gonna be your layer with the picture. So you can click on the move tool, move it around. You can do Command T as in turtle to resize it. So if you want to make it smaller, bigger, it's up to you. Okay, but you're gonna make 4 different templates though of how you want the composition to look. So if you want the portrait to be in like the very corner, you can do that, or you can put it. Oops. And I'm doing Command T to resize it. You can put it directly in the middle here. Maybe I might like draw a design around it. So it's up to you how you want to decide. I think this one I'm going to put it here in the corner just to see how that looks. All right, so that's going to be one design here. And then we're going to make a duplicate copy of this. So I'm going to right click here. So make sure you right click on this side. Now, and this is going to give you some different options. You have to right click on the name and click on duplicate layer. So we're going to make a copy of that layer. So you have this layer here, that's a copy of it, and we're going to move it over on this side here. Okay, maybe I might want to keep it the same, or maybe this one I could have it in the middle. It's up to you though, because like what we're going to do with these pictures though is we're going to, I'm going to print them out for you, and we're actually going to directly draw on these pictures, to figure out like where we want to place the words, what we want to draw in terms of shapes, all those things, kind of like how Shepard Fairey added details to his portrait drawings. All right, you might want to have a variety though. This one, I'm going to duplicate it again. I might actually just put this in the corner again, because maybe I might want to do like another example with it in the corner. I'm just going to resize it a little bit. And also, let me show you one other thing too. If you want to, I'm going to duplicate this copy. Now, it may get confusing with these copies though, but if you click on the eyeball, you can tell which one's which. So this eyeball here, I click on it, it's disappearing the picture and it's reappearing it. As I know it's that layer, so when I move it now, it's going to be this layer. Same with this in here, if it's eyeball that. Click on the eyeball, I can move that one. So they're all as a separate layer. So this one I gotta move down here. But if you want to rotate it, so you can rotate it as well. So you do Command T as in turtle. You can resize it like this. My suggestion is hold the Shift key though, just so it's the same ratio, because you don't want it to be, you don't want to widen it out or make it too skinny. That just looks weird. But if you want to rotate it though, again, doing Command T as in turtle to transform it, you can drag the edges to rotate it. So maybe I might want to have my head straight in this one here. Maybe have it directly in the middle. And yeah, it's doing like that weird thing though, but you can just draw on the line again. So you just have to rasterize it and then just draw that line again. So, I mean, I'm not gonna be super nitpicky on the lines. This like, this is like a good, these are like a good different layouts I can do. So, after you're done with that though, this is all you need to do. You're just creating a template layout for when we do your sketches and drawings. So we'll figure out where to place the words. what designs to draw around it. And we'll do this as just like a drawing assignment for next class. Okay, but just for today though, you want to make your template. And once you're done though, just do File, Save As. And I would save a Photoshop file just to save it, but we can call it template. Save a Photoshop file and save it in your folder. I'm just saving it on the desktop, just save time. Click OK, and then also save save it as a JPEG file. If you're happy with it, you can save it as a JPEG file. And I do want you to turn the JPEG file on Classroom. Just click on 12, drag this all the way to maximum, and click OK. So, and then after you save it, though, it should show up on there. All right. Oh, actually, I wanted to show one more thing. Forgot to show this part here, but if you needed to use your original image, I'm going to show you guys how to cut that out real quickly. So go back to the social issues portrait. Double click on here. So again, if you don't have the drawing done, I mean that's okay if you don't have it done. We'll just have to use your portrait as the cutout. So just drag the portrait in there. We're going to resize it like we did before. Actually, you can just keep it big for now. It'd be easier to select it. But you're going to use this quick selection tool. So you may have to click the mouse button, click on here. If you're in my photography class, you may have used this before, but we're just going to select the portrait, and it should select neatly though. Make sure you use the original picture though. Don't use the edited photo, as some of those dark spots may have or some of those values may have merged together. And you should be able to cut it out pretty easily. So we're just going to cut this portrait out. Make sure to take your time with this part. You want to make sure to cut everything out neatly. And once you've selected the portrait, you can click on the Select and Mask tool. And hopefully these settings are the same. But if it's not looking like this, where it was like a red, this isn't checked here. Your output's not saying new layer. So just let me know. I can help you out with it, because I know there's only a couple of you that may need to do this. Not everybody will need to do it, but you can clean up the edges a little bit more with this Refine Edge brush tool. It's not a big deal. You don't really have to. But after you're done with this part here, you can just click OK. And it should just have a cutout of your picture. So, this would be treated like the other picture that we used before. Do Command T as in turtle, resize it, figure out like where you want to place it. So I might want to place it in this corner here. And you can do the same exact thing though, just duplicate the layer, move it around, rotate, resize if you need. So you're going to use this as like your template, and then draw your words and things around it. All right.